Hey everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of that's the wrong title, of Super Mario World for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic. In the last episode, we started on World 2, completed Donut, Plains 1, 2, and Ghost House. We did all the secret exits up to this point, as well as Donut's Secret 1. And in this episode, we are continuing with Donut's Secret House, completing all the secret exits here, and getting all the way to Morton's Castle in this episode. So, one thing to note about mechanics is Yoshi does not come into buildings, including castles and ghost houses, which I think is a good idea, because if you had Yoshi as your extra hit, it could be pretty bad because you can lose Yoshi. You can lose Yoshi in the ghost house, and I'd rather not lose Yoshi in a ghost house. Gosh, could you imagine the nightmares? And Yoshi would blame you forever for losing him in a ghost house. It's hilarious. So one of the main mechanics of this one is the secret exit is actually in a spot where you would not look to look. So as you can tell, there's obviously going to be some sort of door here, and you have a door floating in the abyss here, and you have a door here. I'm going to ignore this one because I know it's a fake, and I'm actually going to ignore... I'll show the secret exit after. I'm going to hit this button and go in through the blue door here. And that's the regular exit. Very quick, very easy to get to, and it's very much a short stage. And it's the same with going for the secret exit, but the secret exit has something different than any other ghost house stage has. So I'm going to show that real quick. We're going to go back into the ghost house, and I'm gonna get all the way back to that point. I'm not gonna cut any of the footage like other YouTubers might. In this stage, while this is my first series, I'm not gonna do that sort of editing, but I will move on to doing stuff like that. Super Mario World's such a short game with short stages that it's easy to just leave it in. I'm already back in that room. So instead of, gotta be more careful. Instead of basically going for the blue door, we're going to hit the P switch and activate these blocks, but you still have to be quite fast. You have to climb up the vine and get to this blue door, which disappears if the timer goes out. And you're in a mid-boss with Big Boo. I think this is a beautifully done system with ghost houses. Especially with the reward from this ghost house. It's different from the other ones. Yes, the top secret area should have had like a mini-boss. But the reason why this area has a mini-boss is because it doesn't take you to another stage for Donut Plains. It takes you to Star Road. And Star Road could be used as a quick shortcut to Bowser's Castle, which is one reason why we're not doing Star Road at this point. I'm not even gonna show you Star Road until end of the game. So this is the Valley of Bowser. You see Bowser's Castle in the distance there. You see Bowser flying back and forth with his glowing yellow eyes above his castle. That's basically where we're trying to get to. What's really cool about this game is that all the stages, every time I mess that up, all the stages are interconnected. So the underground of one area is closely located to the underground of another, and it's really cool. The other game that did that is New Super Mario Bros. U, where they brought back the overarching world. By the way, I should mention before I get too long in that tangent, Yoshi has a mechanic where you can walk on these black piranha plants. It's really cool and helpful with some stages. So if you find yourself falling into those plants a lot, that you can just get yourself a Yoshi and be in the clear. Back on that previous tangent, New Super Mario Bros. U has an overarching world map where you go from a plain to a desert to a glacier or to the coral reefs, and it's all connected in one universal map. And with this path, we've actually made it back to Donut's Plane 3, which we unlocked by completing the normal exit from Donut Ghost House. So Donut Plains 3 is going to be our next stage, and I remember as a kid this was one of my favorite stages in this world. I'm going to apologize to you guys again in this episode if you can hear my dogs barking in the background. I don't know quite yet if you can hear them, since I have not edited episode 2 yet, but it is done recording. Obviously, this is episode 3. So I don't know if you can hear it, because I have not checked my audio files to see if you can hear them in the background of my Yeti mic. I don't think you will, but just in case, I'd rather apologize for something that isn't there than something that is. Bye, Yoshi! Okay, so, where was I? I was talking about how I remember this to be one of my favorite stages. I'm pretty sure this was one of my favorite stages when I was younger, just because of how many blue Koopa shells there were and all the green background colors. When I was younger, green was probably one of my more favorite colors. So, a whole stage where the background was green. In the last episode, we came across this puzzle, and I never got to talk about it right at the instance of the puzzle. This is tic-tac-toe, basically, where you have to get 3 in a row to get a 1-up. You can easily miss a row and end up getting no power-up, or you can just screw up the order and just turn off all the blocks. It's a really good puzzle. If you're good at guessing games, you'll be good at getting the, what am I trying to say? If you're good at guessing games, you might be good at getting the 1-ups, and that's, I believe, 5 1-ups you can get from that minigame altogether. This stage, I have history with. This is my second attempt at recording all of the episodes, or this series. Episode 2 was originally going to be all of World 2, and I had that recording all done. I mentioned... Okay. So, I cut there, my iPad is turned on, and Siri, don't say anything, turned on and reacted to something that I was saying, which is odd to me. I've never had that happen before. So I just had to deal with that real quick, and so I was just holding a blue shell and then I wasn't. Back on my tangent with my history of this world and my previous recordings of this. So in my last recording where everything was done in one batch, I died 5 times on this stage. Kind of in the same spot because of a piranha plant jumping out of the pipes, and it was not a fun time for me. I kept looking at the camera and was like, I'm good at this game, guys, I swear. And I'm good at this game, guys, I swear. So basically what I'm gonna try to do is I'm gonna hopefully not die in this recording and get through all the stages if I have time, which I most likely will, because we're only on minute 11. I'd rather not die at this part of the stage. This is the end. So if I have time at the end of this episode, which I most likely will, I'll probably start on stage 3, or there's no reason for going back. So this is the bonus stage for getting over 100 star points. It's best done without the cape power-up where you drift. And I'm going to have a serious discussion with my family about my dogs. It's best done without the cape because you drift downwards when you jump and hold the button, and that's how I do this. I jump and hold. And if you get 3 in a row, you get a 1-up for every match. So the most you can get is 3. If you get all of them the same icon but not matching the middle, the most you can get is 4. And the lowest that you can ever get is 0, because you can get a combination where you don't get any matches. So here we go. Now. So I got 4 1-ups because I got the entire perimeter to match. But if I had got mushrooms, then I'd get a cross and a T, which gets another 4. So you can get a total of 8 1-ups. So I'm going to hopefully finish this world. Morton's castle is quite interesting. In the original version, which is the one I'm playing, there is no midpoint. But in the Game Boy Advance version, which some of you may be playing, there is a midpoint. So I will point out where that point is, so that those of you playing along who are probably having troubles or are just playing casually on their Game Boys, you'll know where it is. It is in this room. The gate would be at the bottom there, where Mario started. And if you died up ahead, which is very possible because of moving platforms, you can get crushed. Then you would start there and not at the beginning. If I died, then I start all the way back at the beginning of the stage, and it's not a long stage, but it is tedious to have to go through all the wumps again. I do want to confirm this. In the last attempt I did of this castle, I had said that there was a 1-up in this path. And now I want to double check. I was incorrect. So there was no 1-up, that's just a room for coins you can go into. There is a 1-up you can get this way by jumping from this platform to there. And you climb this vine all the way up. And it's in an invisible block right here. It's really awesome if you know that kind of secret. I'm going to try to quickly climb through this room here so I don't get crushed. There are some there are some safety spaces in that crush puzzle that I flew through. Areas where you can go so you don't get crushed. If you don't get the green switch, you have to deal with this empty square, which can be a challenge if you are new to the game and don't know how to play. If you fall in between the pillars, you can get crushed by the stones. If you fall between them, you can walk into the spikes. And here is Morton Koopa. I prefer his more modern design to his classic design with the browns and the star. I believe that design started in Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga. It's really cool. Now, I'm really good at this game, so you did not even get to experience Morton Koopa. But basically what he does is he walks onto the walls and then onto the ceiling, and when he's above you, he'll drop down. If he misses you and hits the ground, he causes a little tremor which stuns Mario if he's touching the ground, to which Morton will move around and walk into Mario to cause damage. If you let him get to that point, he is a bit of a challenge, But if you do what I did and just jump on top of him before you can do anything, then he's pretty much a breeze. And I'm going to actually say that that is the game so far. So in this episode we finished off World 2. In the next episode I'm going to start the Vanilla Dome. I'm going to complete the secret paths first and then go the normal path to Lemmy's castle, I believe is Vanilla Dome's boss. And the reason why I'm doing it that way is because you can skip Lemmy altogether and go up the green pipe, which I am going to do that as well, but I want to show off all of Vanilla Dome first. So we're going to go secret path and then normal paths. Okay, you guys can leave a comment in the comment section below about what you thought of this episode. Don't worry about spoiling anything from me, but do be aware that this may be someone's first game, so please don't leave a spoiler unless someone has asked for assistance and I am not there to give it to them. Leave a like to this video and subscribe for more videos if you haven't already. I haven't decided what I'm going to do after this project, but basically what I'm doing is I'm getting all of Super Mario World done in one sitting. Or one big bulk out, so everything's recorded and coming out to you 1 week at a time, so that I have time to build a new yeah. Anyways, bye guys.